Behind me is the new Jeep Grand Cherokee L, a car which my colleague Ernest recently drove on launch, and he walked away convinced that this car was a great family SUV. Today, however, we want to do something a bit different. We want to see how well this car does off the beaten track, and that is why we have brought it to the Lion and Safari Park just outside of Hartbeespoort to see how well this car does on a typical South African weekend away terrain. So I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. Today is not about hardcore off-roading. We are simply taking this car off the beaten track the same way you would on a weekend away when you're going to a game reserve and you have to encounter some terrain that is very different to what you would normally face in the city. So for that, this car has got various modes that you can select, and I have selected the sand and mud mode in this car, and I've also raised the suspension just so I've got more clearance. This car really prides itself in how comfortable it is on the road. It's very softly sprung, and around corners, it can be a little bit unnerving driving something so big on the road. But when we're driving at 20 kilometers an hour on a gravel road like this, you're not too worried about speed. Instead, you want comfort. And this car is quite comfortable doing this. We must remember that we don't have off-road tires in this car. We've got normal road tires, which are low profiles. One attribute of this vehicle that some people have been complaining about is the fact that you only have the 3.6 litre normally aspirated engine on offer. It does give you 210 kilowatts, which is not bad, but from a torque perspective, you've only got 344 Newton meters, which for overtaking isn't the greatest, but in terms of low-end grunt for the terrain that we're on, it's again not that bad. We need to remember though that Jeep did cut its teeth through off-roading, and Jeeps are known for being quite good at this stuff. You'll remember that Gladiator that we drove and literally tore up the gravel road with that. Obviously, this is not the same kind of car, same engine, but different setup, but you do see that DNA translating through. The only reason why I would perhaps want a smaller turbocharged engine is fuel economy, because right now I am looking at my average consumption and it's sitting at 14.4 liters. So maybe you wouldn't want to go that much off the beaten track unless there's a fuel station close by. One thing's for sure, this car is long. That's the biggest takeaway I've got from this vehicle, is that in an off-road situation like this, you can really feel the length of the car. It's a thing that you have to get used to, but once you're used to it, it's quite enjoyable. It's great to know that this new Jeep Grand Cherokee L can do some mild off-roading with ease. But we need to ask ourselves, who is this car aimed at? If you're a new age SUV buyer that is obsessed with performance and great handling characteristics, this is not the car for you. On the other hand, if you like yourself an old school American large barge that you can transport your family in that's got luxury and tech, this may be the car for you. It's refreshing to drive a vehicle that harks back to the old school nature of a luxury SUV. This Jeep Grand Cherokee offers you and your family comfort on and off-road, and you can even take the extended family with you.